Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll practice our English through short stories. So, let's start the video. Story number 1. The Forgotten Kingdom. In a far-off land, there was a kingdom that had been forgotten by time. The kingdom had been prosperous and powerful once, but a great disaster had struck, and the kingdom had been abandoned by its people. One day, a young princess named Isabella, who had been living in exile, learned of the forgotten kingdom and decided to investigate. She set out on a journey, with a small group of loyal followers, to find the kingdom and uncover its secrets. As they traveled through the wilderness, they encountered many obstacles, but they were determined to find the kingdom. After weeks of searching, they finally found the kingdom, hidden behind a thick curtain of vines and overgrown vegetation. The kingdom was in ruins, but as they explored, they discovered that it was still inhabited by a small group of people who had managed to survive the disaster. The people welcomed the princess and her followers, and they shared their stories of the kingdom's past and their struggles to survive. Princess Isabella was determined to restore the kingdom to its former glory. She worked with the people and her followers to clear the land, rebuild the buildings, and revive the economy. With the help of the people, the kingdom slowly began to prosper again. The princess was able to reclaim the throne and rule the kingdom with fairness and compassion. The kingdom was no longer forgotten, and it became a shining example of resilience and rebirth. As the kingdom prospered, people began to return to the kingdom, and it became a thriving community once again. Princess Isabella, who had once been in exile, had found her true home, and she ruled the kingdom for many years, leading it to prosperity and peace. The second story title is The Mystery of the Missing Statues. In a small town, there was a park filled with beautiful statues of famous historical figures. The statues were the pride of the town and had been donated by a wealthy benefactor many years ago. But one day, the statues started disappearing, one by one. The townspeople were outraged and the police were stumped. They had no leads and no suspects. The statues had been securely bolted to their pedestals, and it seemed impossible for anyone to have removed them. One day, a young detective named Sarah was assigned to the case. She was determined to solve the mystery and restore the town's pride. She spent weeks investigating, interviewing witnesses and collecting evidence, but she still had no answers. Just when she was about to give up, she received a tip from an anonymous source that led her to an old warehouse on the outskirts of town. Inside, she found the missing statues, along with a note from the thief. The note explained that the thief was an artist who had been struggling to make a name for himself. He had taken the statues as a form of protest, because he felt that the town had neglected its own artists in favor of honoring historical figures. Sarah was able to track down the thief and he was arrested, but she was also able to see his point. Story number 3. The Magic Lamp. In a bustling market, there was a mysterious old man who sold a variety of strange and exotic items. Among his wares, there was a small, unremarkable-looking lamp. The old man claimed that the lamp held a powerful genie who would grant the wishes of whoever possessed the lamp. A young man named Ali, who was struggling to make ends meet, decided to buy the lamp. He brought it home and, out of curiosity, he rubbed the lamp. To his surprise, a genie appeared before him. The genie granted Ali 3 wishes, but warned him that the wishes would come at a price. Ali wished for wealth, power, and love. His wishes were granted, but he soon discovered that his wealth and power had come at the cost of his integrity and relationships. He was left alone and unhappy. Realizing the true cost of his wishes, Ali wished to undo them. The genie granted his wish and Ali returned to his former life, but now with the knowledge and appreciation of the things that truly matter in life, love and happiness. Ali decided to use his experience to help others. He used his newfound wisdom to help those in need, and he became a respected and beloved member of the community. He kept the lamp as a reminder of the valuable lesson he had learned. The lamp passed down through generations, and it became a symbol of the power of wisdom over wealth, and the importance of balance and integrity in life. Story number 4. The Mysterious Mansion. In a quiet neighborhood, there was a grand mansion that had been abandoned for years. The mansion was said to be haunted by the ghost of its former owner, a wealthy businessman who had died under mysterious circumstances. Many had heard strange noises and seen ghostly apparitions in and around the mansion, and it had gained a reputation as being one of the most haunted places in the area. One day, a group of paranormal investigators led by a young woman named Samantha set out to investigate the mansion. They were determined to uncover the truth behind the ghostly sightings and find out what had really happened to the businessman. As they entered the mansion, they were immediately struck by the eerie atmosphere. They set up their equipment and began to explore the mansion, but they found nothing out of the ordinary. However, as they reached the basement, they discovered a hidden room that contained evidence of a murder. Samantha and her team soon realized that the businessman had been murdered by his business partner, who had wanted to inherit his fortune. The ghost of the businessman had been haunting the mansion, seeking justice for his untimely death. Samantha and her team contacted the police and provided them with the evidence they had found. The business partner was arrested and brought to trial, and the ghost of the businessman was finally able to rest in peace. The mansion was put up for sale, and it was eventually bought by a young family who renovated it and turned it into a cozy home. The story of the mansion's past and how the paranormal investigators helped solve the murder became a legend in the neighborhood, and it attracted many visitors who were interested in the paranormal and true crime. The last story is story number 5. The Island of the Lost. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean, there was a remote island that was said to be cursed. The island had been uninhabited for centuries, and it was said that anyone who set foot on it would never return. Many sailors and explorers had tried to reach the island, but they had all vanished without a trace. One day, a group of adventurous scientists led by a young biologist named David set out to explore the island. They were determined to uncover the secrets of the island and its curse. As they landed on the island, they were immediately struck by its beauty. The island was lush and tropical, and it was home to a diverse array of plants and animals. But as they explored the island, they began to experience strange and dangerous phenomena. They were plagued by storms, earthquakes, and mysterious illnesses. David and his team soon realized that the island was indeed cursed, but not in the way they had imagined. They discovered that the island was home to a highly toxic plant that released a deadly poison into the air. The plant's poison had killed all the inhabitants of the island and anyone who had tried to settle there. David and his team worked to find a way to neutralize the poison and make the island safe. After months of research, they found a way to neutralize the poison and the island was no longer dangerous. The island was declared safe and it became a protected area, and David's team's discovery became one of the most important findings in the field of botany and conservation. The island's legend and curse lived on, but now it's known as a place of beauty and wonder, attracting researchers, conservationists, and adventurous travelers from around the world. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date with all my new videos.